a phenomenal job. So, congrats to the Lakers. But for us, missed opportunities is the biggest thing to me. I mean, we didn't play our best basketball at all, in my opinion, in these 6 games. Obviously we got 2 wins in it in the series, but, we were far from where we needed to play, discipline, execution defensively, the urgency, and then just production on offense. I mean, 15 block shots tonight, our willingness to move the ball, and then when we're open and not making shots, it makes it really tough on you. So just got to find ways to get better. This is, as I told the group afterwards, this is, a feeling that we got to remember. It's got to motivate us. It's got to, be understood that this is part of our evolution as a team. Nothing's ever given to you. You've got to earn everything. So how is this going to motivate us into the off season? I've got tons of belief in this group that as disappointing as a finish this is to the end of the season, we're going to get better, and we're going to learn from this, and we're going to take advantage of the next couple of months, heading into the next season. But a lot of good stuff that happened this season, a lot of learning opportunities throughout the season that we got to take full advantage of. Just wasn't good enough in this series, and obviously, again, congrats to the Lakers.
You've talked about trying to reach your best basketball for a while now. Is there a certain reason you think you weren't able to get to that, or something that hindered you guys from getting to that?
There's probably a lot of things involved. I mean, I'm going to spend a lot of time over this summer to kind of figure that out. I'm going to challenge all of us individually and as a team to kind of, figure that out. I think, you gotta be preparing at the end of the season to play your best basketball. I know we weren't whole, and that's no excuse. We had a lot of guys that were capable of playing high level basketball, and just coming into the playoffs against the Lakers, an unbelievable team with tons of depth, a lot of physicality. I said it a moment ago, it was just missed opportunities. I mean, we still had tons of chances, even despite our offense really struggling. It's continuing to trust the work. That's all you can control at the end of the day, is the work and the belief in what you put in from the start of the season to the end of the season. The margin for error for us this season was pretty small, in my opinion, and we tried to grow through that, over the course of the regular season and all those months, and then coming in, it gets truly tested. And when we embraced it, we got good results, but it was heavily weighed where we just didn't do enough.
Taylor, we could list them all, but I don't think we need to. What I just want to ask is, were there too many distractions in the end for this team to overcome?
I don't think so. I mean, we faced our, moments of growth, as a team together. I think that question was asked a couple of games ago. Obviously, we came in, we closed out a really nice regular season. I think our guys were motivated to go out there and play the best basketball. We just couldn't find it. I'm not going to use distractions or anything like that as an excuse. We just didn't play our best basketball. We didn't execute like we needed to. Our guys were locked in the practices and the film, but when it came to game time, we just couldn't get it done.
Taylor, what do you think needs to change about this team's culture, specifically in the locker room, to give yourselves a chance to reach the goals that you have?
Truly embracing what these moments in time in your evolution are going to provide for you. You're either going to seize them or you're not. You're going to take them lightly and take them for granted, or you're going to truly embrace them and understand where you're going to look at yourself in the mirror. I'm going to be the first one to do it. I'm going to look in the mirror and understand how I can coach better, coach harder, get this team organized better, whatever it is. I'm going to just, turn over every opportunity to figure out how I'm going to be the best coach. I'm going to challenge everyone, players, staff, medical team, everything. I think we're building something really special in Memphis. I think we got a great group of people. I think we have great culture, and your culture is going to get tested. I mean, there's going to be opportunities that are going to, see how strong you are, how together you are, how resilient you are, how disciplined you are. And then are you really building, something day in and day out to ultimately try to win a championship? It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing, is going to be straight line. We've had a lot of success in our first 3 years. And, in my opinion, this is probably, that moment in time that's going to be the ultimate wake-up call. That are we going to really, understand it's the preparation in the off season, the preparation in the season. It's what you do at work, off the court, clearly, things that we've got to control, and just embrace it together. How are we going to support each other throughout all this stuff? I mean, this is a journey that you go through from the start of the season to the end of the season, and it's not supposed to be easy, any of it. So are we going to take it lightly and take it for granted, or are we going to take a real hard look at the mirror and just say, hey, this is what we learned. Here are the things that we've done well, here are the things that we haven't done well, and we've got to come together and figure out together how we're going to embrace embrace this growth opportunity. I think this is one of the more pivotal ones that we've had in our timeline. And, I challenge the group, and I've got the ultimate faith that we will.
Taylor, I know you're not going to blame this on injuries, but just, looking back from the perspective of something like rebounding, being one of your biggest strengths for most of the season, and then the latter part of the season, you being middle of the pack in the league, what's it like as a coach to kind of have to, shuffle some things, at this point of the season and try to, turn that around in the playoff series against a real good rebounding team?
Yeah, it's part of the NBA journey. Injuries are part of it. It's unfortunate, but, you can't use that as an excuse. Of course we miss Steve-O. Of course we miss BC. Of course we missed, Luke tonight as well. Guys got to rise up, and I thought our guys did a phenomenal job. Obviously, when Steve-O went down, what was it, back in January, BC at the beginning of March, guys stepped up. We have to get creative as a team, as a coaching staff, lineups, embrace our system even stronger. We realize where you've got to do, better in a lot of different areas. And obviously we suffered in some of the strengths of what, Steve-O does and BC does. And, but that's no excuse. We know we've got to find better ways. We got to stay true to who we are offensively, defensively. But we always talk about next man up mentality, and that's been a strength of ours for 4 seasons since I've been here. And, again, of course, you wish those guys were out there. They mean so much to you, but our group that, was here at the finish line was very capable. We just didn't do enough.
Mark, second row.
Along those lines, Taylor, your 3 best players, the guys you're building around, are 24, 23, and 23. They're still, you mentioned the timeline, they're still pretty early on their timeline. For those 3 specifically, Ja, Des, and Jaren, what do you want them to grow? How do you want them to grow from this experience?
I want them to be the leaders in this growth opportunity for sure. Obviously, I have a huge responsibility in that. It's been awesome to work with those 3 guys, with our entire group, but especially those 3 guys individually and collectively. The leadership that they can provide us moving forward. The leadership, I've seen them grow in so many different areas over the course of the season. We're far from where we need to be. That's an encouraging thing because we're going to put in the work, and I know these guys are going to be the guys I'm going to lean on the most to continue setting examples for their teammates, coming in hungry every single day, being the competitors and the guys that embrace togetherness the most. So nothing's going to just happen without the work, and those are the guys I'm going to challenge the most. They love being challenged. I expect them to just embrace this and be the guys that are going to carry us through this off season to help us get ready for our next campaign next year, which I know is a ways away. But I'm going to challenge these guys to really embrace this opportunity and be the leaders throughout that.
Taylor, I know it's early, and you've talked about growth this summer. Do you think that this will also be a pivotal summer for building this team and building around these guys that Mark mentioned, Jaren, Des, and Ja?
Yeah, just like what we've done every summer, it's the next opportunity is the best opportunity to get better for this group. And I think, partnering with Zach, it's been amazing how we've built this team. We understand, our core, who we're building with, the depth of our team. We've got a lot of great competitors, great players on this team. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm going to obviously sit back and take some time to really think about the season. Zach and I have dialogue all throughout the season, understand how we're building this. And it's not just going to be one summer, one move. It's going to be a collection of everything that we do. It's how we draft. It's how we develop. It's other decisions that we make to add to this roster. And I think we've done a phenomenal job in getting the right people in here. It's the character. It's the competitiveness. It's the willingness to get better. The skill development these guys want to embrace. We're building something special. I've got so much faith in the leadership of this group. My partnership with Zach, the core that we have here. It's going to be a great summer. Every summer that I've been here has been the most pivotal. This is going to be another one that I'd say, how are we going to take the next step as an organization to represent our city, represent our fans, represent, basketball in our region to be the best that we can be and ultimately bring a championship to Memphis. Great. Thanks, everybody.